Okay, mate. You're seeing me straight out of the gate. Been trying to set up the ERA Shadow account for YouTube, waiting for the phone number to be verified. So this is literally my first laps. I went and got the settings, so 68% fuel, 1-on-1 tyres. I'm trying this on 0 brake balance at the minute. It's got more grip than I thought on hard tyres. Didn't quite get the angle on the dangle right there. I'm guessing it's going to be sort of a 3/4 shift. Bit late there, 75 metres. Not the worst. So we'll just do that 3/4 shift sort of deal. Not quite right again, almost. Keeping it in 5th there just to see what it's like. Right, so a little different way of shifting there. So here it's basically at the 175 mark. There's a funny squiggle just here, and you're braking in a straight-ish line and then just getting back on the gas, trying to tuck it into that corner nicely. That was a better line, but maybe not the best speed. Not 100% sure. Yeah, slightly better, so that was good. So just after the 100 down to 4th, back on the power before the apex, put it out wide because there's a little bulge there. There's a little bit of sands there on the inside edge. You just try and tuck it in nicely, mid-track at most. And then you're just feathering the throttle. Just as the track starts to tighten, accelerate. Into 5th at the 50, down to 3rd, down to 2nd. Whoa. Aha, there we go. Okay, we found the limit. Get out of there. Lycos. Okay, let's just settle down. Just because I'm talking. Just on 2nd and start to accelerate after the apex. Out wide. Don't try and hug the curb. At the end of that curb, change down to 3rd. Dirty tyres. Okay, so if you go off track, you are going to be hurting for tyres because they just want to skid big time. Here's a reference lap though, I guess, 1:13.1. Try and clean up the tyres. So squiggly line just after the 200, down to 5th, into a straight line and about 190 and back on the power. Yeah, that's probably as much as you want to do it. Onto the dirt. So just after the 100. Down 2 gears. Didn't quite tuck it in enough. Dust on the right there. Mid-track. Keep the speed up. Try and be mid-track. Off again, on again, just as it's starting to tighten. Try and tuck it in. That's as much as you want to be out wide. So 75 is probably the better braking point, down to 2nd. Stay wide. Wait for the end of the curb. Down to 2nd or 3rd. Probably 3rd safer. Accelerate up over the crest. Change down early. Hug the inside here in 6th. Straight line in 5th. 195 or better, should be good. .14.1, so a little bit slower. Can definitely hug the curves. Yeah, and a little bit. It's where actually front bias would stop that from happening, or earlier braking out wide. I think this car's got enough grunt that it doesn't really matter. Short changing. 175, brake in a straight line. So you're turning in at the 150-ish. That wasn't bad. Yeah, just didn't get the exit I wanted there. Turn in at the dust in the middle of the track, just keep the speed up a little bit, off the throttle, just as you see the red balloon start to accelerate. Could have held it there, just wasn't confident. So I think keeping it in 3rd helps settle the car, and then 2nd up through here. Into 4th quickly, down to 3rd, just helps rotate the car. Saves a bit of fuel. Actually, it's the 50, not the 150. So you turn in at the 50 and you should be good. Yep, 13's all good. Much better exit there. Tuck it in a bit tighter now. Kept it in 4th. Keeping the speed up, foot flat. Kind of deep and in the middle, but too deep. Right, much quicker by holding force, but it might use a lot more fuel. Turning in at the 50, little feather of the throttle. Yeah, 12.8, there you go. Let's see what happens going wide a little bit there. A little bit too much throttle. Straighten up. That was nicer. There's a dark patch on the road back there that you can use as a reference, and the end of the curb there down to second. Middle of the shade, accelerate out straight. Middle of the apex, start accelerating. Straight line almost through to the 50 and then turn in. Yeah, that seems to work nicely. .13.3, so 0.5 slower. Alright, just tucking it in nice and tight. That bounced though, so I had to lift off the gas. 0.2 slower. Gone too deep. Car got unsettled. Yeah, interesting. It's got a lot more grip than I thought it would on hard tyres especially. Definitely starting to get a groove going with the car though, so 13s on hards should be possible. There's a better last corner, I think. Yeah, much better last corner, so that last corner makes a big difference. Let's just quickly go and have a look at what the story is with the car. So with the ECU, yeah, short shift seems to be a good idea. You can see the torque curve just coming off at around 5,500 revs, so revving it right out isn't a really good idea. You're really not making too much, and the horsepower is going up and up and up, which kind of makes up for it, but that's using fuel. So I think this car is definitely a semi-short shift car, and then it just comes down to practice. Like, is it actually better to rev it out and just fuel up, or is it better to fuel save? And that's really just practice, because I mean that's always going to be the compromise. You either fuel save and your pace is a little bit slower, or you rev it out and your pace is going to be quicker. So you could be in the 12s more regularly if you're revving it out, but if you're saving fuel you'd be in the 13s. Does that make a difference over the 30 laps that you might save yourself a good 4 laps of fuel, which is probably 10 seconds, and I don't know. Need to work that out. Anyway, that's really long, but I thought I'd do it right from the get-go, so you can see my progression and what mistakes matter and which ones don't, and kind of how I'm approaching it. I still haven't changed the brake bias. If anything, I would just leave it where it is, or even go forward slightly to +1. The tyre wear's on the front though, so I'd almost just leave it where it is, and just brake a little bit softer and earlier, really, which is kind of what I was doing to do those times. So yeah, that's it.